Conway Medical Center's foundation depends on volunteers. When they got this one, the price was right. Who is she? You'll meet her coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Reflections Bar at the Marina Inn at Grand Dunes. We're focused on the 8th annual Winter Gala of the Conway Medical Center Foundation. And we're visiting with its former chairman and the Flower and Decorations Committee chairman of this year's event, Judy Price. Judy, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having us, Greg.
Absolutely, all week. And of course, Jessica Sasser was with us yesterday morning. Liz Bright and Janie Smith will be with us tomorrow, the two operators of the Health Reach van.
Very good.
And then I believe the president and CEO, Phil Clayton, will be with us on Friday. Right here, Axel Surrey, the vice president of the Marine Inn, will be with us here on Thursday. So exciting to get you in. And of course, with your experience with the event, this is your now 8th year, right?
That's correct. I have been involved with the gala since its inception. So
right out of the gate, yeah.
That's right.
Exciting to see some of the improvements each year. Or I guess knowing your first year was probably tremendous right out of the gate.
Well, it was, of course, very anxiety-provoking to know if it would be well received, but we had every reason to expect that Conway and the community at large would be receptive to a nice black tie event that included couples and something other than what primarily had been used as a fundraiser before was a golf tournament. So we were real excited about it, but we made a choice and a decision that we wanted it to be a very first-class affair, and I've been very proud of the fact that it has remained such over the years.
You remember the first year pretty clearly.
Oh yes, there's always little bloopers and last-minute things that happen, but it came off beautifully, and it has just continued to grow every year.
Absolutely.
And we've been blessed by the community's support of that.
We're right at 10 days, 11 days away from tomorrow. 11 days from today, to know that, of course, this venue, and you were here last year.
Yes, we were so ecstatic to be the first large charity social event that the Marina Inn hosted. And they did a remarkable job. That's our primary reason for returning. They served a magnificent meal. The facility itself is just beautiful. And for many people, excuse me, who chose to overnight after the event, they made available accommodations. It was just a wonderful weekend for some of us. So we really enjoyed it.
Jessica talked a little bit about that off camera yesterday morning, either before or after interview, of how exciting it was, and she quickly called her husband and said, "Come check out this room we've got. It's the bomb."
It was fabulous. The inn had just opened, and they were, of course, using us for some public relations, I think, for them as well, to spread the word. But you certainly would have no problem speaking very positively about it, because it was beautiful.
Top shelf. Well, we're excited to get Axel Surrey in on Thursday and to hear about what makes it the AAA 4-diamond property that it is. And I understand there's just a couple of those, one in Conway, the Cypress Inn, and then, of course, the Marriott Resort there at Grand Dunes right across the street here.
So
two right up here, beautiful facilities. Real quick about yourself, Judy. You were originally from the Carolinas?
That's correct. I'm from Gastonia, North Carolina.
Great.
I've been in the Conway and Myrtle Beach area for about 27 years.
Fantastic. Wow. And you know the medical community well.
That's true, and have been involved with numerous medical fundraisers and events over the years. We have a wonderful auxiliary and so forth that participates in hospital fundraising as well.
I think Jessica said the auxiliary is one of the big sponsors of this of the event here on the 26th.
That's correct, as well as we certainly appreciate your participation.
Oh, yeah, our show sponsor, that's right, the Myrtle Beach Herald she's talking about, that's right,
We are so thrilled, and we certainly hope you have a very positive experience with presenting that for us this year.
Very definitely. We were a big sponsor last year, but nothing like being a presenting sponsor, and there were some great presenting sponsors year after year, and obviously we were always trying to shoot for that. There's some other great sponsors. I think Jessica had mentioned yesterday the paparazzi sponsor for the Hooray for Hollywood theme, Hard Rock theme park, had stepped in. Of course, Chancel Builders and line after line of a lot of tremendous area folks that step up to the plate and say Conway Medical Center and its mission of making a difference in the community, surely the health of the community is something we want to wrap around.
We are so blessed, and it isn't just the immediate Conway community. Right. It is the entire general area of the Grand Strand and Conway. So we are very excited to have so many people participate with us.
Yeah, that's a big area when you talk about geographically the largest county in the state and the fourth largest county in the state over in Georgetown. And when you think about tomorrow with Liz and Janie coming in to talk about the Health Reach Van, that's a big piece of what the dollars raised at this event on the 26th, and then later the Kingston Golf Classic will go to. Share with viewers, if they can't be here tomorrow or weren't with Jessica yesterday, a little bit about the Health Reach Van, and even I think there's a Backpack Buddies program as well?
That's correct. I have always been so impressed with the quality of staffing and care that from the very beginning was available on the Health Reach Van. They're very qualified persons to make consulting contacts if someone has a serious problem or health issue that they can't manage. It's just a great screening operation as well. And the general public frequently doesn't understand that when we have a facility such as the van that goes out into the community, we prevent some of the non-emergency visits that transpire and would be coming into the emergency room, and unfortunately then raising the cost if these are individuals who don't have health insurance and don't have means to pay. We all benefit by this in a cost-effective way. So the van being, of course, free to individuals, but at the same time, those of us who do have insurance and are blessed enough to be able to use the hospital facility itself, we really do benefit by keeping all of our costs down by having that available.
That's a very good point. Very good point. Of course, to think about the van getting out into the community, and as you mentioned, the medical center and, of course, the event here really focus on the entire community. And that van, I think, traveling all over from Myrtle Beach up to Galvin's Ferry through Aner and down in Bucksport, just all over the county.
It really, really does. And like I said, it is staffed with very competent and capable persons. So I'm just extremely proud.
Strong professionals.
And I just don't know of anything that you could align yourself with to earn monies that we would all benefit personally and greatly by. So I feel very good about continuing my association with the gala. The backpack program, I was so moved by that being initiated, and I've had the privilege also of participating with the same group of children that benefit from backpack with a few other charity events, and they are the most precious children.
Really?
And so grateful and beneficial. And it even was started that several of them, when they were given their own backpacks, asked could they have one for their brother or their sister.
No, boy.
So we have now included meals for siblings in those if we are aware that there is someone in the home who also might not have a meal for the period of time that they're away from school. So it's a wonderful program.
This is a school that helps for viewers who may not be able to tune in tomorrow to catch Liz and Janie talking about the Backpack Buddies program. But
it's primarily in association with the Palmetto Bays Elementary School.
Okay.
There are about 175 children that are recipients and participate, and a couple of other schools with smaller numbers in the Conway area. But that's the largest number of participating children.
And the Health Reach van, those two ladies actually help bring the supplies out. Folks will donate some stuff that goes into, it's provided to the teacher, I believe, and they actually put it in the students' backpacks to carry them, so they'll have food for the weekends, which is amazing to think about persons in this community who may not be able to provide food for their kids for the week, or for themselves even for the weekends.
That's true. So when you think about making a donation to the foundation, you literally can understand that you possibly are putting food in a hungry child's mouth, and there's no greater satisfaction, I don't think.
That's vital. Judy, let's talk about the evening itself coming up on January 26th, just to give viewers a sense of what some of the past events, of course you've intimately been involved, put on the first two as the chairman of the event. You're now the flower and decorations chairman, so you're obviously both behind the scenes and making sure everything looks right for everyone coming in. But what are some of the events, some of the aspects of the night that viewers really need to be a part of if they're not going to be able to get in this year? I know it's sold out again. Jessica said that it's thoroughly sold out with a big waiting list. But to get ready for next year,
as I shared earlier, just the evening for a couple or an individual is spectacular.
Right,
there is magnificent food. We have a fabulous band that usually just plays well into the night for us. We have an open bar for the entire duration of the evening.
The whole night?
For the
Wow.
entire night.
Great.
And certainly for those who are not interested in alcoholic beverages, there's plenty of other libations made available.
Sure.
But we have some beautiful auction items, silent auction items, as well as a live auction that transpires during the evening. And we have already had some spectacular donations made.
Great,
and
good.
people will have an opportunity to bid on things that could really interest them. They can benefit a good cause and certainly get some good prices on things as well.
Right. Stuff they couldn't buy in the open market oftentimes that you just can't find anywhere and have to come to an event like this.
True. We have Judy Daves is our art and auction chairperson on the committee for the gala, and she herself is a local artist who is just fantastic, and she's been wonderful over the years with her committee to solicit some beautiful works of art as well as participate and donate one of her own. So we oftentimes have a little competition going there sometimes for individuals
for her stuff.
Sparring for various pieces of art, but we like that in a fundraising environment.
Right. Yeah. Let's talk about some of the big ticket items. You've got some live auction items that you've had in the past. Maybe let's highlight some of the special ones in the past, just so viewers can get a sense of some of the great things that you may remember even back to the early stages.
Well,
then we'll talk a little about this
felt that individuals were as beautiful as it is to live in this particular area. We have a large traveling population who enjoys vacationing as well. So those have always gone over very well. We've often offered cruises, sailboat excursions, the Caribbean trips. Last year we actually had a trip to Hawaii.
Really?
So,
great.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this year we actually have a trip being auctioned to the French Riviera.
Oh, come on. In the live auction, a trip to the French Riviera.
Yes,
Wow.
Yes. And we have an Aruba trip that's already slated. We have for the golfer or even for the family that just likes to putt around the neighborhood, a fabulous new 2008 club car.
Get down.
And
wow.
So we have some really fantastic auction items and a lot that appeal to everyone's budget. We have some beautiful jewelry pieces, but some things as simple as just a beautiful sweetgrass basket. And so it's not all high-end or high-ticket items. There are other items available for everyone.
And folks oftentimes will bring a credit card or their checkbook to actually buy items that night.
That's exactly right. We can manage all of that for them.
Okay, good. If a viewer needs to get off to work now or get family off to school, is it the 843-347-8058 number, the foundation number that Jessica talked about yesterday? Is that the best number for someone to call to learn more about the event, but also to talk about donating auction items? We'll talk about that in a second. I think there's still a need, I believe you said, for auction items.
That is absolutely the number. Someone will always be there manning that number and can direct someone or accept donations. Unquestionably, that is one of the significant aspects of our fundraiser.
Revenue generators that night.
Exactly.
Good.
So we would love if anyone would like to make a donation. We would be very, very interested in talking to them about that and very appreciative.
Is there anything too big or too small?
No,
are there
sir.
any items that are worth too much or worth too little?
Absolutely not. We are
Okay.
just thrilled to accept anything that individuals are willing to donate. And another wonderful thing for individuals willing to do that is we do publish a catalog so that they can have some free publicity and so forth in regard to the items that they've donated. So there could be some benefit in a business sense for that as well.
I think Jessica mentioned yesterday, and Burns Massey, the executive director of the foundation, mentioned that they wait literally to the last minute oftentimes to print that catalog.
Exactly.
So that they can fit in as many auction items as possible. And as you say, something as small as maybe that the basket you were talking about, and that sounds like a great gift, but some cosmetic pieces or pieces of jewelry can be grouped together.
Exactly. We try not to have too many actual well, I don't really know exactly how to explain how we do it, except that you are so right. We put several things together that we think
Right.
you know, would make for a nice outing or weekend or event. Restaurant reservations, gift certificates, those types of things, accommodations somewhere. So it's not, every little item is not ticketed, I guess, individually. So you're not just exhausted by going around the room, you know, trying to keep up with that many small, small items. But we do package some things together as well.
Darren and Cindy Smith, I believe, from the Rivertown Bistro last year donated a dinner for 8 in their private dining room right there. I mean, a magnificent little setup, and the bidding went pretty aggressive last year.
We were so excited. That was one of our really tremendous, we got everyone very psyched about that. I understand just before the holidays they actually did that dinner for the persons who were fortunate enough to win it, and it was a spectacular evening. So
absolutely.
They were very generous and very gracious, and we appreciate that very
and the
much.
big thing is, oftentimes an event like that, I mean, it would obviously cost the restaurant a lot to do it, but at the same time, they're not only donating all their time and the wine and, of course, their private dining room, but every single one of those dollars rolls right back up into the Conway Medical Center Foundation, and therefore everything's pushed right back into the Health Reach Van or the Backpack Buddies program. So these dollars can truly make a difference in pushing those bids up.
That's true.
To be able to get in on something. You couldn't necessarily call the Rivertown Bistro and say, hey, can we get your private dining room? They say, well, it's private, so we don't oftentimes, but to be able to buy something like that at an auction to benefit the Health Reach Van and Backpack Buddies seems like a tremendous opportunity.
It is, and Cindy Smith was Cindy Courtney, and her father is a pediatrician at the Conway Medical Center. So she even wonderfully has a medical connection herself.
That's right.
And they honored their father. Last year he was honored as one of the persons in our Hall of Fame at the foundation.
Is that right?
So,
wow.
So he has contributed tremendously to the community, and his children, Cindy and her siblings.
And Jessica actually claimed Cindy as her sister. That's right. Yesterday.
That's right. Jessica as well. So, but they have been very generous. The entire Courtney family and all of their siblings have contributed and done some wonderful things for the foundation.
Absolutely. Well, there are items like that, and that you could only find there. I'm sure there's some other dinners that are donated. I think the restaurant Crady's there, also on Main Street, donated a dinner for 6 where the chef would come to your home and prepare this dinner there. And I believe I heard that was a very, very well attended item and something that really bid the prices up.
That's right. I'm hoping to get an invitation to one of these dinners next time. How
Judy,
about you?
You need to cash in on that. I'd like to get an invite to either one of them.
That's right. I think they.
What can we do to get in on their list? Yeah. That's great, Judy. You know, as you think, we got about 5 minutes, and when you think through, of course, there's so many activities you could wrap around in the community to give your time to. Is this something that for viewers who may not be able to attend on the 26th, because again it's sold out, but are there needs during the year, some volunteer need? Do you need volunteers to come help out on the committee to possibly help put on an event like that? I mean, I'm sure there's always needs, but people don't always know if you need volunteers.
Well, Jessica Sasser is wonderful in coordinating and helping us to
put everything together. And she talked about getting volunteers yesterday, anyone who could help.
And we actually began, as soon as we finish with one event, we take a very brief breather, and we start on next year's. So anyone interested in participating on a committee, not only for our event, but the foundation is constantly looking for persons to help them. They have a big golf tournament and some other things that, you know, if the Black Tie Gala isn't your particular interest
Sure.
area, then there are other things and other ways that you can contribute, and I would certainly encourage people to do that, not just for the gala,
That's
but
right.
for any way that they could contribute and help the foundation. Their primary purpose is to fund programs and put the money directly back into the community and to the hospital.
Right. I think Jessica mentioned yesterday that every dollar raised goes straight into the hospital and comes in the same way every dollar that the hospital raises to support the foundation. There's no overhead because every piece comes back in and the hospital pays the entire tab for the foundation.
That's
to
true,
operate.
and there's not many organizations that you can say that.
Not 100%. No, there are not too many. That's
proud of
exactly,
that.
if any. That's 347-8058
That's
would be that phone number, 843-347-8058, and you hit the nail on the head. Even if you missed somebody, if you called right now and someone wasn't there, to leave a message. And of course, when you think about, for you, the Flower and Decorations Committee, what is that going to entail getting ready for the event? Is that inside the room, or there's some trade secrets you don't want to share?
Oh, no, I'll be glad
morning?
to share. Our theme is Hooray for Hollywood.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
great.
That was really something that was kind of exciting for me. So the committee decided on a real retro type of black, white, little splash
wow.
of red,
Yeah.
little silver here and there. So
Right.
I think it's going to be a rather spectacular
Oh,
appearance
yeah.
when you enter that room. So I'm real excited about that. Stephen Jones, who is with Granny's Florist, has always been very, very good about donating a tremendous amount of his time and certainly instruction, helping us to have 40 table arrangements
Right.
done to perfection, and some other areas, of course, will be decorated as you enter and so
Sure.
forth. So I think everyone will be very impressed, with the presentation when they arrive.
Absolutely. And if they haven't been here before, if it's their first time experiencing the event or experiencing the Marina Inn, it's worth the trip. Just again, I hate to promote an event because it's sold out, but folks can begin lining up for next year
That's
to
right.
get
I
out
think you
here.
want to see if you can squeeze yourself in next time.
Possibly fit it in. I believe Jessica mentioned there's even a waiting list right now, so there may be a chance that if folks could call that 347-8058 number to get on the waiting list, but surely to get positioned for next year.
Well, I
to
think
be a
that
piece
just
of
so
the action.
speaks
Yeah.
after 8 years that those persons who have been in attendance
Right.
are always very eager and interested in participating again. And we certainly hope we always have room for newcomers, but at the same time, I think that speaks of our accomplishing what we wanted to accomplish, and that was to keep it a first-class event for an absolutely awesome purpose.
Mm-hmm. Any of those auction items that you're planning on getting the pen to paper on, Judy?
Oh, I
you're
don't
thinking
know.
about. Of course, we know you want to get on the list for the meals. That's
Oh,
right.
yes, I do.
Yeah, you want to
enjoy
finagle.
a good meal,
Right.
and my bags stay packed for a trip anywhere.
Listen up. Wow, Judy. Yeah. Is it the French Riviera or the Aruba?
That certainly
Which one was
sounds
it again?
nice.
Let's hear it. Were
Well,
there
I'm
any
a
other?
scuba
Yeah.
diver, so Aruba
Okay.
would very
Aruba
much
would be
interest
bonus,
me.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
So who knows? Might just have to spring for something
Yes,
myself.
that's right. We'll see give us your bidder number. We'll make sure and get it
Okay.
down on some items there. For you, is it the mission of the foundation? Is it the Health Reach van or the Backpack Buddies? What is it that drives you to remain involved those first 2 years as chairman? Obviously this year as Flower and Decorations Committee chairman. What is it that really drives you, Judy,
Well, Greg,
to stay
it's
involved?
a real combination. It's
Yeah.
a wonderful, fun event. It's a lot of fun. The ladies on the committee are just, delightful we have lunch together and, brainstorm together. Jessica is a wonderful visionary. The purpose is, like I said, I just don't think community-wise there could be anything else that I contributed to that I felt any prouder or, more pleased with. And so it's just everything about it, I think, is just, 100%. So, and as you said, the fact that everything contributed goes directly back into the community.
Right.
But it is a fun night. It's not just all about the money. It is about our getting together as a community and businesses and other individuals who make things happen in this area. And we're just very fortunate to have this just be one venue to do it.
Absolutely. Judy, great words. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Judy Price, the Flower and Decorations Committee Chairman for the 8th Annual Winter Gala to be held here at the Marina Inn at Grand Dunes on January 26th. Coming up next. could you find a better setting than the Marina Inn at Grand Dunes to improve the health of our community? Think about that simple mission to improve the health of the community. The Conway Medical Center, its foundation, the Health Reach van, Backpack Buddies. You'll hear about it tomorrow. Come back and see Janie Smith and Liz Bright. When you think about why are folks showing up at a place, buying tuxedos, buying nice dresses, buying big tickets to get out there to support and to help change the community in a positive way. There's a lot that has to happen to keep folks healthy. There's a lot that has to happen to keep food in people's mouths over the weekend when they may only get food during the week at school or on their workplace and on the job site. It's a big stretch. A lot has to happen. You can be a part of making a difference. There's still some needs for auction items. 843-347-8058. If you don't have a ticket, you could also get signed up for next year's event. The 9th annual will be coming up in early 2009, Winter Gala for the Conway Medical Center Foundation. But take the time, be involved, support making a difference for your community.